Hey, Cancer. Mel, intuitive coach here. Excited to bring in your July 2025 love and family reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Cancer. Happy birthday to those of you sun sign Cancerians out there. Bottom of the deck, look at that. You have the Ace of Pentacles. This is the start of something new. You have laid down some good, strong, solid roots, and they are starting to take shape here for you. When it comes to your love life, a lot of you may be connecting with new energies. You may meet someone new here that has the potential to grow into something long lasting. Now, for those of you that may be in a relationship, there is a spark of fresh energy coming up here for you in the month of July. So let's dive in and take this to the next level for you. Now, you have, as your overall theme, you have the poker face here. So for some of you, it feels like you've been holding back in some way, potentially because you've been working on your own self-care, your own rituals and routines. You've been going within and doing a lot of reflecting and introspection here. I see that you are ready to open up to that ace because you also have the ace showing up on this card, two of them actually. This is about taking a chance, risks, and options. Some of you may not have been sharing your feelings, or perhaps you were keeping something to yourself when it came to a family dynamic. But I see that in the month of July, you are putting yourself out there. All right, you may be speaking up for yourself, advocating for yourself, dipping your toes in the water, or connecting with a partner that there's been a little bit of a rift. There's been a little bit of maybe complacency where you've started to feel maybe even a little bit of boredom for some of you. But I feel like there's some shakeups happening here for you that are going to sprout some new seeds that you are going to continue to water. So the message from your shadow self here, or the challenge, is the camera. This is about learning from the past. It can even be sometimes we get stuck in nostalgia. Sometimes we get stuck in an old story or an old paradigm where you are replaying that story over and over in your head. Therefore, it's difficult to look towards new beginnings, new pathways here. And Spirit is reminding you to have that beginner's mindset, that there is something sprouting here that feels real. It feels honest and trustworthy. And this could be a conversation that is born out of authenticity. It could be a divine connection here that you have with another individual, or that you are calling in, but Spirit is saying you have learned so much about what you've gone through in the past. You may have a subconscious fear of history repeating itself. And when you have learned the valuable lessons of the past, you don't have to have something repeat out. And I feel like that's the new story coming in. That's what that Ace of Pentacles is all about. So the challenge being, learning from the past, it's also perception. This is Hanged Man energy. So it might be time to look at things from that new point of view, because there is something on the horizon here that is leading towards long-term growth, stability, and safety and security, because your outcome points to something fruitful. Now, your message from your higher self here, your guides, your angels, is to not hide that beautiful heart of yours, not to hide your own, I'm getting even flaws. It feels like there's been suppression here of some sort. Maybe you feel like you've had to hold back, like you couldn't be all of yourself, or you would have been dismissed in some way. There may even be some rejection or abandonment wounds that are resurfacing here for you, Cancer. But I feel like this month is saying you've been doing a lot of that inner work. It's time to put that inner work to the test. It is time for you to dip your toe in the water, right? Put yourself out there, connect to that individual, gain that closure, open yourself up to love, because you've been hiding, or someone may have been hiding their feelings from you. And maybe there were illusions here. There may have been, pretending here, pretending to be someone or in an energy that wasn't conducive to a wholeness, a feeling of wholeness, or a sense of completion in some way. Something was missing from that. And this is about not gaslighting, not personifying here. And maybe that is part of the old story that you have been a part of. There may have been an illusion when it came to love, and your defense mechanisms came up, right? Your walls came up here, and you're being asked here to let go, to release, and to move forward with this new point of view, because something again is beautifully transforming and taking place here. So what is the current energy in love? Well, you have the Lovers. Now the Lovers is Gemini's energy of making choices, right? This is the choice card, but it's also a strong energy of balance, right? It can be a soulmate. For some of you, you may find yourself this month falling in love, and you may have a choice to open the heart and experience deeper intimacy. And for others of you, there may be a choice that may be very difficult to make in matters of the heart, but you don't want to stay stuck in a bad situation. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where there may be no love. And that could be what is missing here, or what has been suppressed. Perhaps there's been a falling out of love here. You have love for a person, but you're no longer in love with them. We're going to take a look here for those of you that are single and those of you that are partnered up. But at this time, we're just tuning into the energies here. So I feel like the Lovers is a big catalyst for you. The heart activation is fully showing up, because this next trip around the sun that you have, Cancer, you want it to be worth something. You want to feel into your relationships. You want there to be that spark, that momentum, but you also want that stability, safety, and security. So whatever is blossoming here for you with this Ace of Coins, it feels like it is based in authenticity and truth. So that tells me whatever choices and decisions that are made in the month of July, I feel like you can trust them. You can trust that the choices are for your highest good. Now, what does the heart truly want here? What does your heart truly want? Two of Swords. You don't want to keep going back and forth. Your heart may feel pulled, right? You may feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. For those of you that are single, there may be some deep-seated fears that you've been working through, again, that have to do with abandonment or rejection, or, not wanting to repeat a past dynamic, maybe with someone that you've already connected with, or it could even be someone brand new. And I feel like it has been a struggle. It's been pulling at your heartstrings here because of some sort of pain or disappointment. You have worn that armor, right? You've worn the armor as a protection barrier, and I feel like the heart wants to open up to love. For those of you that may be in a relationship dynamic, it feels like there's again been some sort of maybe external energy that has been pulling at you, and the mind feels like it's in overdrive. So the Two of Swords is about a crossroads. You may not feel like you have enough information to make a choice here in matters of love, but I actually feel like you are being asked has to be honest with yourself. Get honest. That's why the Mask card is showing up. This is about you laying it all out there, putting everything out on the line here. And it's not coming from a place of foolishness or naivety. It is coming from a place of vulnerability, which actually is our greatest strength. And I see here that you can create healthy boundaries. You can still carry this sword, but not have that armor up so high that it creates a wall or a barrier, not letting anyone in or not letting your energy out to flow into, relationship dynamics. So I feel like your heart doesn't want to be in this back and forth. What you want is some sort of truth. What you want is to make a decision here and to move forward in honesty. And I see that that's, again, what's happening with that Lovers. So what are the blocks? What sabotages this dynamic? The fears, the wounds, old patterns. The Page of Wands. When the Page of Wands shows up as a challenge, it can be boredom. It can be needing to refocus here, needing to reprioritize, because it feels like the spark isn't there. All right. And maybe it was at one point, but you want something fresh. You want there to be a connection again. And I have a feeling for those of you that are in a relationship or dynamic, you want there to be that burst of momentum or energy where you're able to express yourself to your partner here and feel like they listen, feel like they understand you. Or if this is a family dynamic, maybe between a child and a parent, it feels like there's some immaturity here. Someone may not have the emotional or mental capacity to deal with some of the issues going on, and they could be hot-headed. They could even be a little bit impulsive in nature. So I feel like there's a message of prioritizing here and really asking yourself, what is it that you truly want? And is the dynamic that you are in, is it conducive to bringing in that growth? Meaning, are both of you willing to meet each other halfway? Is this a situation where there may be acceptance in how this is going to play out, even if that energy never changes? This may be something that you're accepting, but with that acceptance could come some greater choices. You may say, well, this situation isn't conducive to my growth. This relationship isn't nourishing, it's draining, right? You may be reevaluating friendships and, asking yourself, are they aligned with, the me that I am becoming? You want that spark of curiosity and passion, and you want to be able to go explore life. And I feel like that could be missing. And maybe your person, right? For those of you that are single, you may want someone to do these things with you, right? You might want to go to the museum or, travel and explore life's pleasures. And you want to do it with this open mind and new point of view, new perspectives, but you want your person to share in on that success and happiness with you. So let's take a look here at how love is trying to show up for you. How is it trying to show up here? What's the opportunity, the person, or the gift? Well, we have the Ace of Coins here. So there's definitely a seed that has planted. I feel for some of you, this is in the small moments. It feels like there's rest and retreat energy here where it feels like you are in the safety and comfort of either your own energy, or this could be an energy of someone else. Maybe there is a sense of comfort and safety within a relationship dynamic. And I also see here with this Four of Swords as love trying to show up for you. This is about self-care. It tells me that this is self-love that wants to be nurtured at this time, regardless of relationship status. You may be taken care of, or maybe that's something you're calling in. Is not that somebody has to take care of you, but it would be nice once in a while to, maybe have someone rub your feet or someone really listen to you and nurture some of your ideas and dreams, be your cheerleader in some way. And perhaps there's been that support that's been missing. And that's that splash here of the wand energy with that page of wands coming in. You want that best friend to be able to lean into or talk to. You want that partnership, or you want to feel supported in ways that align with your, your vibe and what you are vibing with. So 4 of Swords showing up in love is saying, try not to overthink things. Don't obsess about things or let that 2 of Swords constantly play out as indecisiveness, because then that can build up in your mind, creating a lot of mental turmoil. And then we lose sight of what love, truly feels like all around us, because we're constantly surrounded by love. Even this butterfly landing there on her foot, the universe is always giving us signs that we are loved, that we can surround ourselves with that energy because we are made of love. So I feel like there is love showing up for you, but the first vibe here is of you focusing on that self piece by getting honest with yourself and not letting that mind continue to pull you in old patterns or old wounds. Now, for those of you that may be single, all right, for those of you that may be single, what do you need to know about attracting love? Well, resistance. There's some resistance here. Well, there's that brick wall. Okay, there's the brick wall. So you may have been hurt. This is the energy of the wounded warrior. You have done a lot of work on yourself. That's the 4 of Swords, right? You have been loving up on you. And I see that you've also created along the way some defense mechanisms where you have thrown up that armor. And you've said, well, I'm happy doing my own thing. I'm not going to settle for anything less than I deserve. But there's still something subconscious that is trying to chip away into your conscious awareness here. And I feel like it goes back to that page of wands, that fresh perspective here, a new point of view. Spirit wants you to get into that mindset here of opening up to what could this new experience look like for you? What could it bring in for you? Because 9s are completions. You have completed a cycle. You have completed a lesson here. And I feel like you are someone who is very brave. You will persevere here with strength and boundaries. You will have this renewed sense of determination, right? Reigniting that spark for and within yourself. This is something that is very profound, and it's coming up for you in the month of July. And with that energy, you are attracting and stepping into the energy of love. So I love that the Lovers is showing up here for you singles out there. So it could be a wonderful time to connect and meet people, possibly while you are taking some downtime for yourself. Maybe you are traveling. This could even be, going and getting a massage. It could be reading a hammock or reading in a hammock at a park, or sitting on a bench, taking your dog for a walk. You could meet someone while you are doing some form of leisure activity here, Cancer, or in a place of rest, or in a place where you're able to calm the mind. Maybe this is yoga. It could be a meditation class. Some of you could meet someone while you are doing some leisurely activity. For those of you that are in a partnership, for those of you that are connected, what wants to be healed or nourished? Integrity here. Yeah, this is about you not compromising your integrity, not settling for less than you deserve here, because the King of Wands, he is someone who's very active, very passionate, very adventurous, very resourceful. And I see that there's that spark, that page of wands. It feels like there's been a little bit of adventure missing. So this would be a wonderful time to, level up in some way. There's love in the mix, but you have to decide if this love is conditional or if it has expired in some way. Now some of you are saying, well, Mel, love doesn't expire, right? But it does take on, a different form. And it feels like some of you, that's what's happened here, is love has taken a different form. And you may be saying, yes, there's love for this person or love for, my family, but there's still that piece of excitement or spontaneity that I want. Even though there's a sense of safety and security that may be bubbling up within you, it feels like you want to find that balance. And the way to do that is to stand in your integrity here and really take a look at your belief systems. Are your belief systems matched up to and aligned with the life that you are living? So King of Wands is an influencer, someone who is very assertive, very resourceful. Now, the fact that he is showing up here, some of you could be dealing with a King of Wands, someone who may be a little bit stubborn, inflexible, sometimes a little bit bossy, or they have a dominant personality. And I feel like there could be a clash here. There could be a clash between you and this King of Wands, or even a female who has a strong dominant personality here, where you may have a difficult choice or decision to make, potentially for your children, because I'm getting a message here. Some of you have stayed for children, okay, or that may be the challenge or the struggle with that page energy. If you are in a dynamic, but there's been like a pretending, it feels like we're trying to pretend to keep things together for the family, or it could even be like an old story. Maybe this has to do with inner child wounding or healing of, the belief that once you're married, you have to stay in it. Right? Once you're married, it's till death do us part. We have to fight for this. And yeah, some of you have been fighting for a marriage or fighting for a relationship, but at what cost? How far do you get here before you feel like it's all an illusion? It's no longer carrying that spark of that divine love. The soul connection here may have been severed or disconnected in some way, but yet you're hanging on to an old story. So this is a perfect month to check in with yourself, to get honest with yourself and ask, am I happy? Am I happy? Not just am I comfortable, because we can live in our comfort zone, which sometimes can be uncomfortable, right? We get into these routines, we get into these, these roles, and we have a difficult time stepping out of them. And therefore, we wrap that role or persona up like a mask. And you are so much more than just the role that you play. You're not just a wife or a husband. You're not just a mother or, a father. You are a soul having this human experience, and it's your birthright to play and to enjoy life, to bring in happiness. So if that is missing, I really feel like you are reevaluating what love and joy mean for you, because it feels like there's been a compromise, or there's been maybe some form of control, okay, a controlled outcome that may have been stifling here a situation. Now, what is the outcome long term? If you really look into what's going on here, open your heart to love, make choices that are based in love. You have the 10 of coins here, the 10 of pentacles. This is most people's dream. Right? This is marriage. This is privilege. The difference between privilege and entitlement is gratitude. And I see here that a lot of you want this long-term security, stability, and legacy here. And I feel like you have the ability to manifest that no matter what age you are, or no matter what situation you are currently in. Because some of you may say, well, Mel, this could be settling if I'm currently in this marriage. And if you want things to shift and change, the way that you see them, that perspective needs to shift, right? A new point of view, because then your energy dynamic shifts, and that has the potential for someone else's energy to, realign as well. So the both of you can come together in ways that, maybe you felt disconnected from. And for those of you that are single looking for love, that's the Ace of Coins going all the way to the top here. So with the lovers here, you are being asked, Cancer, to open up your heart to vulnerability here, because you've been wearing that armor almost like a, I don't want to say a badge of honor, but you're proud of how far you've come, and you should be. You've gone through a lot, but I also see here that, you know, you don't have to have this brick wall up. You can carry your sword and still have a healthy boundary, like a fence, where people can still come through that gate, because it feels like there's a portal opening up here for you, a portal that is helping you align with your beliefs, your integrity, and I want to say the rest of your life. The 10 of Pentacles is that energy here of marriage and completion and a sense of wholeness. So if that's been missing out of a dynamic, you have the ability to get that back, right? You have the camera energy here as a bit of a challenge, and this can be learning from the past. You have a lot of memories that you hold with someone, or a lot of memories that resurface from time and time again, and I see that your perception here is no longer the same as it was in the very beginning, but you can open yourself up to saying, okay, new level of maturity, new level of growth here, new level of lessons, instead of reverting back to, you know, 10 years ago prior to up leveling here. I feel like you can start fresh now and you can have a new outcome. That's what that Ace of Pentacles is reminding you. All right, let's get a message, Cancer, from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have for Cancer? We have poised. This is getting ready. A lot of you are preparing. Okay, you are preparing. You've been training for this. You've been getting ready to take a risk, take a leap of faith, put yourself out there, make a big choice or make a decision, even if it feels scary, even if it feels difficult here. Some of you may be 48 years old, or 48 could be a significant number, but this is about, you know, putting yourself out there in ways that you never thought possible. Now, some of you may be in a relationship dynamic here. Maybe this is a partnership, but you are saying, okay, I accept that my partner doesn't want to travel with me. And this could be something where you decide to go out and travel solo, or you travel with your girlfriends or guy friends, right? It feels like you're still able to live the life that you want and have this sense of stability, if that is something that is truly aligned with your heart, right? For others of you, you may say, okay, I do want a deeper level of commitment. And maybe you're taking action, going to couples therapy or counseling here. And for others of you, I just feel like you are waking up to the whole of who you are here, and you're getting ready to embrace the next level of your journey. This next era for you is all about the heart, all about your passions and your desires. And yes, there's that level of stability here that is bubbling up the bottom of the deck with that 10 of coins. But I feel like what's not being said here is trust. There's something about trust. Spirit is saying, Cancer, trust that what is unfolding here is for your highest good. So you're ready, you're prepared, even if you feel like you are not. All right, let's get a few messages here from your crystal spirits. And at this time, Cancer, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Big inhale through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1, and release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be a crystal that you are familiar with and maybe even know the name of. Perhaps your crystal is showing up as a specific shape, size, or color. Your crystal could be giving off frequencies of love, healing, balance, or confidence. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your crystal or gemstones in the comment section below the video. Whether it is the name, the shape, the size, the color, whatever was coming up for you in your mind's eye, drop it below. And I will draw a winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the community tab. So please be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, you have Dalmatian Stone. It's number 19. That is the energy of the sun. Dalmatian Stone is playfulness, childlike joy, and enthusiasm for life, absurdity, humor, laughter. Joyful memories bind us to those we love, and the appearance of Dalmatian stone spirit is a sign that today you are meant to share laughter with those close to you. Our time here on earth is short, and we are meant to play and have fun. If you think back on those who have passed, the silliest memories may be the ones that you cherish the most, right? There's the camera. And so some of you are reflecting here in the month of July. Perhaps you do have a loved one that's crossed over. And I'm getting the name Brendan. Could also be Brandon as well, but Brendan came up. So please take that as it resonates. And then I also heard Margie or Margaret. So Dalmatian spirit is asking you to cherish those memories, and they're going to help you recall the joy that you had being with those people. Relationships can always use improvement, but today you are called to simply bring the laughter and fun into your relationships. There's the Page of Wands. There's the choice energy, because that's going to open up that heart chakra. So if things have become too stagnant, too stuck, too complacent, or even bored, if you become bored, it's time to invite that fun and laughter. That makes sense here with what we are seeing in your reading. When you meditate with Dalmatian Stone, it can assist us in finding the place within that remembers what joy feels like. It teaches that it is necessary to throw off the shackles of our burdens now and then. After all, we are not just here to survive, and this stone asks us to dance, sing, laugh, play, and enjoy life, savoring what it feels like to be alive. Some of you love to dance. Perhaps it's slow dancing in the kitchen, right? It could be going out and dancing. I mean, this could be ballet. It could be hip hop. You are asked to explore your passions, open up your sacral chakra here, and live life to its fullest here. You know, what does it mean to feel alive? And yeah, you could even connect to someone during doing a leisure activity here, but also doing something that brings in flow, brings in fun, brings in a sense of play. I'm also getting here someone using their voice. Someone could have a very beautiful voice. This could even be someone who has crossed over. I'm getting a grandparent energy here, as well as, I mean, it could be a parent has crossed, but it feels like they're with their parent. So I'm getting, again, a grandparent. Maybe that's that Marge or Margaret. But Dalmatian spirit is a very playful, fun vibe, which you are being asked to invite into your world in the month of July, and then carry that energy with you. We don't have to reserve it for special dates, special months. You are coming up to a very significant point in your life, especially those of you sun sign Cancerians out there, and this next trip around the sun, right, hence the 19 energy, you want to invite more of that energy into your world. And lastly here, from your soul's truth, Cancer, what are you waiting for? Someone else to do it for you? Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? Right? There's the big leap, taking a chance, gambling, risks, and options. The aces are right in front of you. And sometimes we wait for that ace to kind of get handed to us. And I mean, the ace is right here. It's already within you, bubbling up here to the surface. And you have everything you need to activate this energy right here, right now. What if you were to take life into your own hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. There's the choice card, right? It doesn't feel like it's tough love, but at the same time, it feels like it may be a tough decision. Okay, a tough decision here. Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared. Take the leap. Today's soul action, no more thinking. Yeah, we're up in our head a little too much here with that Two of Swords. Something that you've been contemplating. No more contemplating, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. I love that. I'm also getting here a proposal. It feels like there is, has been, or will be a proposal made by a female. Okay, so maybe it's a non-traditional type of proposal here, but I feel like there could be a female energy that is making some sort of proposal. I mean, it could actually be like a wedding proposal, a marriage proposal, or, you know, you could be, if you're female, maybe you're asking someone out. It feels like you are making the first move here. And I see that you are making moves that are healthy and in your highest good. So trust in that intuitive knowing coming through here. It is time for you to take that action step. That is what I have for you, beautiful Cancerians. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, and do comment your power crystals in the comment section below to be entered into the giveaway. Thank you again, and happy birthday to you.